I'd love to get your opinion on my Instagram feed. I tried to showcase that I was on The Voice Belgium, for those who don't know, it's a TV show, and capitalize on that also when releasing new music. My TikTok is inconsistent, and content-wise, I probably could do better. But I would love to get your opinion on it. Maybe some tips on how I can connect the storyline of the last 2 songs I've just released and use that for TikTok content creation. Thanks again for your wonderful platform. You're welcome. Let's check out the Instagram to begin with.
What I'm hoping is not loads and loads of clips of when he was on The Voice.
So first things first, when were you on the show? Because if you were on the show a couple of years ago, I would stop trying to milk that because people are no longer searching it.
Season 10. I assume that's S10 is season 10.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. But if it was in the last 6 months to a year, I think that's a good decision because people will search you on Instagram and you're not verified yet. They might search you on Google and this will come up. So good idea with that. From a quick glance, like he hasn't milked it too much on the feed, which I think is good. I would like to see more raw content in the reels because feed is great for aesthetically pleasing pictures, acts as your portfolio a little bit for industry people to see. So Spotify editors do look at this. They've said to us very clearly that they use this. So if you have press shots, if you have behind the scenes shots, great. But with reels, you can be a bit more raw. So the pinned image you've got where you're singing, that looks a bit more raw. I really like the aesthetic of that. There's some text on the screen. Maybe you can add a little bit more text though, so explaining the meaning behind the track, because for someone that's never heard of you, they're probably not going to turn the sound on, and reels are more likely to reach a new audience rather than just your general feed content. Quick look at highlights.
If you want to be a bit of a growth hacker, as they used to say 5 years ago, what you could do is curate a lot of The Voice content. And also if Belgium's got like a X Factor as well, curate loads and loads of auditions, put it up onto YouTube, put it up onto Instagram, run ads on it or let it get organic traffic, and then use the data that you've collected from that to put so firstly you put yourself in every single video as well as other clips from the show, and then retarget them with your profile and your content using that data. Therefore, you're going to capture all of the viewers of those videos through the retarget, so they know who you are and they're already engaged with you. And that's probably, for me, the best way to exploit having been on The Voice.
Yeah, I also think you can take the audition clip and put it alongside, say, a performance clip from now or a music video that you've just released, put them alongside each other and target people that are fans of The Voice or people that have been successful on The Voice, and they'll be able to recognize you from the first video but then see what you're doing now and potentially be a fan. What's the rest of the question? How you can connect the two stories. I don't necessarily believe you do need to connect the two stories, because if you've got the audience from The Voice, that's it. You're not going to gain much more from that. There are plenty of artists that started on reality TV shows or entertainment shows and they didn't win, but they didn't really have to mention it again. An example of that is Fletcher. She was on American Idol and the audition kind of flopped. Now she's huge, very established. No one knew she went on that show, but you can find clips of it online. So it doesn't really matter. You don't need to make that your brand. Have a think about what your brand actually is, what you represent, what you want to get out there, and then it will be easier to create content surrounding that.
Mm-hmm. Again, the highlights. I don't think anyone's using highlights effectively.
No.
It just
I'm not pulled in.
Yeah, there's nothing there that makes you want to click.
A highlight is a highlight of your Instagram stories. What are the best Instagram stories you've uploaded? Yeah, it's not a folder. It's what are the best Instagram stories you've uploaded? Was it something hilarious? Was it something personal? Is it something that you do every single day on your story? So putting it in your highlights shows to people that don't follow you that that's what they're going to get every day. It's a teaser for people. So, yeah, I think rethink your highlights here and give them another go.